When my son was diagnosed with autism, he'd just turned 5. And with all of the questions and thoughts and worries that were spinning around in my head, the most important one was, how do I explain this to him? I wanted him to understand that, yes, he might be different, and there might be some things that feel a bit harder for him. But at the same time, I also wanted to make sure that he understood that we're all different to each other, and that if he can find his own strengths in life, then he can still make all of his dreams come true. So I wrote him a story that explains autism exactly like that, and that's turned into a book called The Superhero Brain.
There's one kind of brain called the artistic brain, but that's a bit of a funny name. I like to call it the superhero brain instead, because it means you have superpowers inside your head.
Now, once I'd explained autism to my oldest son, the next question that popped up was, how do I explain this to his little brother? I wanted both of my kids to feel like they were just as special as each other, just in completely different ways. But I also wanted to give my youngest son some coping mechanisms for the trickier moments and for the days that can feel a little bit tough. So I wrote him a story too, which has turned into a book called The Superhero Heart.
I have a superhero brain, he has a superhero heart. If someone in your family has a superhero brain, you'll know already there's more than one way to be smart. And maybe no one told you. But it also means you have a superhero heart. So, the heart makes blood flow around the whole body. And the heart is how you love. And if you have a superhero heart, you can eat everything that superhero brains can't.
My oldest son is the one with autism, but it affects the whole family. And there are going to be things for both of my kids that are a little bit harder for them than it is for many other kids their age. And I just really hope that explaining things to them in this way helps them understand deep down that they can do absolutely anything they set their hearts and their minds to. It's the one thing I hope they never ever lose sight of.
And just one thing, superhero brains are great for playing with monster trucks.